Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you have been anywhere near theater lately, you have been probably seen the movie poster for him. The new psychological horror film from Jordan Peele's production. This movie has been on my radar for a month, and I was so excited to finally see it. But as soon as the credits rolled, I knew I had a lot to unpack. Was this a deep, genre-bending masterpiece or a stylish, confusing mess? Well, I have got the answer for you. Stick around because we are going to break down this intense film, discusses its major themes, and most importantly, explain that mind-bending ending. Let's start with the setup. The film follows Cameron Caird, played by the talented Warwick Weathers, a highly taught college quarterback. His career is on the brink after a mysterious head injury. Enter his idol, the legendary quarterback Isha White, played by Marlon Wayans, in a career-defining performance. Wayne is absolutely magical here, unsettling, charismatic, and terrifying all at once. Isha invites come to his remote desert compound for a week of training, promising to get him back in the game and on the path to becoming the GOAT, the greatest of the all time. The first two acts are brilliant director Justin Tripping and cinematography Kira Kelly. Create a world that is visually stunning and deeply unsettling. The film is pure style with vibrant color, disorienting shots, and a palpable sense of dread. You can feel the tension build as Cam's training, with Isha becomes less about football drilling and more about a psychological and physical gauntlet. The atmosphere is top notch and keeps you on the edge of your seat. But here's where the movie fables the ball. While the style and performances are fantastic, the screenplay struggles to land his ambitious ideas. The film is trying to be a lot of things at once: a critic of sports culture, an exploration of hero worship, and a supernatural horror story. It sets up this intriguing mysterious. But by the time the third act hits, it tries to explain everything away in a very confusing and rushed manner. It's as if the first two acts were written by several art house and filmmakers, and the third act was handed off someone who just wanted to wrap things up quickly. Instead of letting the audience connect the dots, the movie gives us an overly complex explanation that ultimately feels unearned and a bit of a letdown. You spend so much time piecing things together, only for the movie to throw a bounce convoluted lore at you right at the end. It's a classic case of telling, not showing. Now let's get into good stuff, the ending. If you found yourself scratching your head, you're not alone. Here's what goes down and what it all means. Cam learns that his training was never about football. It was a ritual. For generations, the owners of the San Antonio Saviors have been passing down a demonic legacy, a ritualistic cycle of creating a god. They achieve this through blood rituals and supernatural manipulation. They are not just rich businessmen. They are a sinister cabal feeding off the dreams and sacrifices of young athletes like Cam. The film reveals that Cam's head injury was not accident. The owners orchestrated it to isolate him and force him into the ritual. They even made a deal with his late father to ensure Cam would become the next him. After a brutal confrontation, Cam kills Isa. But this isn't the end. He emerges onto the field, where the owners, his agent, and Isa's wife are all waiting for him. They are not grieving, they are celebrating. They offer him a contract, ready to coronate him as the new savior of their team. But here's the powerful moment: Cam refuses. He sees them for the monsters they are, for turning his beloved sports into a bloody, demonic sacrifice. Instead of becoming another commodity, he takes a stand. He brutally murders the entire cabal of owners. his agent, and everyone else who was part of this twist ritual. This is his ultimate act of defiance, choosing to be his own man rather than the next product in their system. The very end of the film suggests that you cannot just walk away from the kind of deal. The unseen supernatural forces that fuel this legacy drag his agency's body away, implying that the ritual still needs a sacrifice. It leaves us with the chilling thought that even though Cam escaped, this evil cycling isn't over. So, should you see him? Yes, I think so. While the narrative is flawed and the ending feels messy, the film is visual stunning, and the performances, especially Marlon Wayans, are phenomenal. It's an interesting, albeit modeled, film that has a lot to say about the dark side of professional sports, the pressure to be great, and the exploitation of young athletes. It may not be the masterpiece we hoped for, but it's a hell of a conversation starter. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of film and its ending. And if you have any theories about these unseen forces, I would love to hear them. Best of luck. See you next time. Bye bye.